everyone, Andrea here. Sorry about the glare on my glasses, but unfortunately I can't see a thing without them, so I have to wear them. I recently came across a writer's tag done by a YouTube user, The Library of Sarah, and I'll put a link to that video down in the comments so you guys can check it out. So that's what I'll be doing. She has 10 questions to answer about writing, so I'll start that now. So the first question is, what do you write? Short stories, novels? Lately I have mostly been writing novels, but I also love to write short stories for children and teens, and I also like to write picture books for really young children. Number 2, what do you mostly write about? Mostly I like to write about teens falling in love. I really like to write love triangles. I also like to write a lot of fantasy stories. I've had this trend lately where I've been writing a lot of stories about wizards and warlocks, and I'm not exactly sure why that is, but it just kind of happened. Number 3, what's your favorite thing about writing? That's kind of a hard one. I like a lot of things about writing. I like being able to get emotions down on paper. I like being able to get a spark of an idea and then see it transform into a story. I also like being able to see characters come alive on the page, and I like being able to go on a journey that I get to tell. Number 4, what or who inspired you to start writing or keep writing? While I've been interested in storytelling my whole life, it had not really occurred to me that I could be a writer until I took my 8th grade English class. My teacher in that class made writing so much fun that I realized I wanted to be a writer. Also in that class we were required to read The Outsiders by S.E. Hinton. I was so fascinated by the fact that she was a teenager when she wrote that story, and I figured if she could write it if she could be a writer as a teenager, then so could I. Alright, number 5. Who's your favorite character that you've made up? I guess I would have to say Sam Porter. He is my main character in the story that I'm currently working on. This story was started several years ago when I was in high school, and for some reason I've just always really liked him. He's sweet, he has a lot of faith, he sings, he's a guitar player, he's just a pretty great guy. Number 6, when did you start writing? I guess I started around the age of 9 or 10 when I began writing Power Ranger fan fiction, because that was my all-time favorite show at the time. So I guess that's when I really started writing stories. Number 7, the first story you ever wrote. So as I mentioned in the last question, I started writing when I was around 9 or 10, and writing Power Ranger fan fiction. So this is my first story here. I got one of these little folders and cut out a picture, taped it to it and everything. Inside here, you see kind of what I wrote. I wrote an introduction, and then this story had chapters. Of course, the chapters are only page long. Some of them are less than a paragraph, maybe a couple sentences. See my lovely handwriting. For some reason when I was little, when I wrote, my writing did this. I don't know why. But basically, I guess I got the idea from an episode, I don't really remember. So basically in the story, it's about the Green Ranger, and he gets captured by Lord Zed, and the rest of the Power Rangers have to try and find a way to save him. So yeah, that's my first story. Number 8, your favorite story that you've written. I'm not really sure what my favorite story is. I kind of like the story I wrote, I guess it was in 2010 for NaNoWriMo. But I guess I'd have to say my favorite story would be the one I'm working on now. Like I said, I started it in high school, and it's just always been a story I've really loved, and I'm kind of sad that I put it off for a while, but I've decided to, that I'm working on it now and I'm going to get it finished. Alright, number 9. Do you have a writing schedule? Do you write every day or do you just write when you feel like it? I don't have a writing schedule. I've only written every day when I've been participating in NaNoWriMo events. I'd like to start writing more often. I want to try writing, every day, a few times a week, just to be able to get in that habit more often. But usually I just write when I feel the urge to write. And last, number 10, do you want to be published? Yes. This has been something I've wanted for a long time, something I've thought about a lot. For a while I had decided that I didn't want to be published anymore, that I just wanted to write for fun and for myself, maybe for my family. But I realized recently that that was just an excuse to get out of the hard work of editing. Like I was kind of being lazy. And I realized that I really do want to be published, and I just have to accept the fact that a lot of the things in life that are really rewarding and worthwhile are going to take a lot of hard work. So I am definitely now, willing to do that hard work to be able to accomplish this goal that I've always wanted to accomplish. So that's it for all the questions. I'm not going to be tagging anyone specific. I'll just tag anyone who really wants to do this tag. Like I said before, I'll have the link to the Library of Sierra's video down below. She's the one who started the tag. Remember, if you want to find out more about my writing or my story, my current project, or planning for NaNoWriMo, my tips and things like that, I have a writing blog that I've been keeping. It is AndreaNaNoWriMo.blogspot.com, so check that out if you're interested, and see you later.